Que pasa, YouTube fam? Check it out, guys. I'm driving and I was just kind of thinking about something. I was like, that'd be kind of interesting to talk about. I like doing these little videos as I'm driving because it gives me something to talk about instead of just watching the road. Of course, I'm watching the road and trying to stay safe, but you know what I'm talking about. Some things kind of start traveling around in you. Hey, look at here. We got a little rain coming on. What's up? All right, I can take that. Boy, I don't even know what that stuff is anymore. I ain't seen rain in so long. Shit. All right, so I was asked a question. This was yesterday. There's a customer of ours. I got off work. Man, let me tell you something. Yesterday it was hot. I complained about it being hot, right? Well, yesterday was exceptionally hot, and I was out welding in it and everything else, and fabricating and just doing a lot. And it was, let me tell you this, I was drinking water constantly, and not one time yesterday did I have to go to the bathroom to pee. That's how much sweating I was doing. So I was dirty and sweaty when I got off work, tired. So I went home, cleaned up, put on some clean clothes, and went and picked a little bit up. And we went up to the nail salon to visit Ann and, employees and customers and everything else, and just, kind of chill out, right? Well, we've developed a relationship with quite a bit of the customers there, and one of them was asking the question, they all remark, everybody, when you're a parent, you always think your child is the most beautiful thing in this world, right? Well, everywhere you go, they're always like, oh, look at, all this about a little bit. No matter where we go, we can be in the store, we can be in a restaurant, we can be anywhere. So, you see the posts on Facebook, where they show the little gremlin or whatever, and they show the real pretty thing, and it said, this is what the parents see, and this is what we see when you post pictures of your children. Well, evidently, we must have a really pretty child, because we get a lot of remarks on it. Matter of fact, Verna Heath, she's one of our customers. You may know the name. I won't get into her story, but she's quite the celebrity. But she said that we need to get a little bit as a child model, or get her into acting or something like that. Get her with an agent, and Ann won't have nothing to do with it. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want her to be one of those that grows up in a YouTube is as far as I'm going to take that, right? So you hear the horror stories about child actors growing up, and anyways, so in that regard, where was I? Oh yeah, the customer was asking, she knew that Ann's the mom and I'm the dad, but she's like, she just looks so, what was the word she used? Exotic. You can look at her, and she could, if she was like in a movie or something like that as a child, she can play any ethnicity. If it would be in the Asian side, Hispanic side, Creole side, even, a mulatto, whatever you name it. And so she says, what all does she? I said, man, she is a mutt. If there was ever an epitome for mutt, that is a picture of it right there. And we laughed. And I said, let me tell you something about the history and why I'm saying what I'm saying. Because I'm a mutt. Man, you wouldn't believe the stuff that's in me. For real. To look at me with the blue eyes and the fair skin and blonde hair. Well, when I was little, I was blonde hair, but it got a little lighter brown, dishwater, whatever you want to call it at the point. But anyways, when I was little, I was a cotton top. All right, but to look at my family, you would never. You'd be like, where's the milkman? Who's the mailman? That kind of story. Let me put the camera right here. We still in Texas. These Texas roads, stuff don't fall off. But when we in Louisiana, we're gonna have to buckle this dude down. All right. So, anyways, it's not just my side, but Ann. You say, oh, Ann's Vietnamese. Boom. You think, right? No. No. Ann culturally is Vietnamese. she was born and raised in Saigon, which is Ho Chi Minh City now. All right, and that's the biggest city in Vietnam. She was raised there, born and raised there. But she is only Vietnamese by her culture. Okay, she is actually Chinese and Thai. Her dad is Thai and her mom is Chinese, full blood. All right, so she's not even Vietnamese by blood. All right, got that. Let's pop on over to my side. This is where it really gets crazy. All right, both my grandfathers had really dark skin, really dark eyes, and black hair. All right. On my dad's side, my grandfather was Native American Cherokee. His mom was full-blood Cherokee. And Pop, which lived to be 106 years old, was Dutch. All right. So, and my grandmother on my dad's side was German and a few other things. I forget, but that's a lot where blonde hair comes from, blue eyes and stuff. All right, now on my mom's side, my grandfather, Papa, was he was Italian and Spanish. His dad's name was Lorenzo. So, but my grandmother was Irish for the most part. So, got a huge melting pot. So when people ask me what do I have in me, I usually just tell them Native American, Irish, German, Dutch, and Italian. I until recently had found out about the Spanish part of it. So it's a big melting thing, man. So when people see me, they don't know what the heck I am. It's a lot of people like that. So when all that kind of stuff gets derived down, we are all, if you really look at it, that 23andMe or Ancestry.com or stuff like that, I have family members that have gotten involved in that, and it's very eye-opening to know all the different things that you have in you. Now, as far as culture goes, my family, I have about every freaking race in my family you can imagine. And so, I guess that's another reason why it's what's up with the Texas roads moving my phone? What? No, can't be doing that. Come on, Texas, man, what's up? So yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing. I kind of lost my choo-choo there, but man, the gene pool in my family is just like. Now, I was talking to Uncle Bull Cow. I'm talking about that picture that we found that I took of this guy that I saw, and how much their gene pool is like completely. This dude's got to be related to him, man, because you don't see people that look like that very often. Their gene pool is like this. I mean, it's tight. No, they're keeping it in the family, brother. And they got, like I told them, I said, man, you got that Rocky Balboa look, man. That Italian. Because in my family, my grandfather was Italian, and it just all mixed up. But yeah, man, it's pretty cool, man, when you start seeing things like different races and whatnot, where it changes people so much, but yet so little, if that makes any sense.